Jays 4-1. In the standings, the Blue Jays are in 4th place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Rays are 2nd in the division. They're 17.5 games out of first. Brandon Bailey got his 6th win of the year out of the bullpen, leading the O's to victory over the Yankees 4-3. Heading into the day, the Orioles are in last place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Yankees are atop the division. They are more than 10 games ahead of second place. The Chi Sox racked up 11 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 5-2. As of right now, the Twins are in 2nd place in the AL Central, yet they currently hold a spot in the race for the American League wildcard. And the White Sox are 3rd in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Kansas City Royals got 12 hits in this one as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 9-5. Entering the day's action, the Angels sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division, 9.5 games behind first. And the Royals are in 4th place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. The Texas Rangers knocked out 10 hits as a team as they defeated the A's in Oakland 7-5. As of today, the A's are in 2nd place in the AL West, only a game and a half back, while the Rangers are 4th in the division, 19 games out of first. The Houston Astros allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Mariners 5-0. At the start of the day, the Astros sit in 1st place in the American League West Division. They have a small game-and-a-half advantage over 2nd, while the Mariners are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the games later today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. The two men you see there go head-to-head coming up next. Aaron Nola is ready to go as he's on the mound for the Phils. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, his last start wasn't very good. Knocked out after 3 innings and took the loss. They're expecting much more from him, and he needs to get off to a flying start in this one.
Digging in, Jonathan Villar. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For Miami.
Here comes the first pitch. Ripped down the line, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Now here it comes. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Fouled away. And another foul ball. The 0-2 once more. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Going back is the left fielder to the track. Gone to lead off the inning. So it's a solo home run here leading off the ball game. Number 11 for him on the season as the Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
Well, this has started off certainly quick. First batter of the game goes deep. Dare I say, ambush tactics?
Batting second, the shortstop, Miguel.
Into the box now, Miguel Rojas. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 258 the average to begin play. 4 home runs and 59 RBIs. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. To first. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Batting third, the first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
Settling in now, Garrett Cooper. And he'll be one to watch out for in this one. Very good numbers in recent games. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. Dan Dero, these Phillies, as they begin play here today, they come in playing reasonably well of late, though they have dropped their last 2 in a row.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know one thing you don't want to do here, Dero, you've been on some good teams, not to lose focus at this point of the year, to keep the big picture inside, because there is a postseason lurking, and it's so easy to get ahead of yourselves and not take the rest of the schedule serious.
I think the nice thing for this team is that they won the division. They will, for whatever happens, get a 5-game series. It's not that 1-game wild card, win or go home. This team can prepare themselves to battle and try and win 3 out of 5. That's great recognition right there on the part of the hitter. Not many guys lay off that one. That was a classic strikeout pitch, the 0-2 good changeup with some depth.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Garrett Cooper goes down for out number 2 in the top half. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Matthew Ross.
Well, Dero, you better be ready to swing. With Matt Ross behind the dish, big zone.
Yeah, you know coming into this one, you better pull the trigger. If something's close, Matt Ross is going to punch your ticket.
Again, he sends it out of play. Left side, but well foul.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Hit sharply on the ground. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. But another look here at the solo shot leading off the ball game. On to the bottom of the first. Miami out to an early 1-0 lead. Caleb Smith is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Marlins. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Batting second, no outfielder, Neil Walker.
So 1 away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native, the left-handed bat of Neil Walker. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. These Marlins, as they take the field this afternoon, they've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this team has been playing really well right now, and this is case in point. Chance to jump out again to another 1-0 lead. They've really been doing that. They've been on attack, early offensive, almost ambush-like approaches to their at-bats, and it's working for them.
Leday is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Batting third, the right fielder, Bryce Harper.
So next to the plate for the Phils, Bryce Harper, and what a season he's having. Entering play, leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. Pitch on the way. And it's fouled away.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Three and one.
This is a good at-bat so far here with 2 away. If you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, at least make the guy work for it. He's doing that, and he's even gotten himself into a good hitter's count now.
And a good job there to lay off. It's ball 4 as he becomes their first base runner of the ball game now with 2 away.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering where the heck was that pitch. I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Phillies. Rhys Hoskins. In his career versus this pitcher, not a lot of success. 0 for 12. He's also been a strikeout victim 6 times. First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1.
Hey, I know the tying run's at first right here, but if the pitcher on the mound executes, keeps the ball in play, I think good things are going to happen.
Ground ball foul down the left side. Hoskins, a 27-year-old. He was a 5th-round pick during the 2014 draft.
Hey, when you come out of the middle rounds, you have to grind for everything, and that's exactly what this guy has done, and he has turned himself into a solid big league ball player.
And he fouls this one off. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. 1 left for Philadelphia. They're down 1-0. Now at the plate, Jorge Alfaro. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch of the at-bat. Bounce towards the second baseman. Kingery's there. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
That is it. The right fielder, Harold Ramirez.
At the plate, Harold Ramirez. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. No balls and 1 strike. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. High in the air down the right field line. And foul. Bases are empty, 1 man out. There's a drive out toward the gap in left center. He takes the turn and heads for second. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. And he's in there at third with a one-out triple.
Man, this guy's really starting to swing the stick again, D-Roll. That extends his hitting streak to 9 games.
Yeah, he's leaking into 3 series.
And a fastball in the dirt, but it's blocked nicely as he keeps it in front of him. The 1-0 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike one. Lifted into center field. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. Digging in now, John Birdie. Bases empty and 2 gone following the sacrifice fly. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Time to be aggressive with these hitters now. After that sac fly, now it's time to try.
Hit high and deep to left field. Left fielder looking up. Gone! A solo shot here to left. Home run number 5 on the year as the Marlins have taken a 3-0 lead.
Hey, every once in a while, this speed guy will jump up and bite one. He absolutely crushed that baseball. Doesn't fit his usual tool description, but he can go deep if you leave one over the heart of the plate.
Batting 9, the pitcher, number 31, Caleb Smith.
At the plate now, Caleb Smith. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Yeah, this is straight survival mode, down 0-2.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. On now to the bottom of the second. The Marlins lead this one 3-0. Digging in now for Philadelphia, JT Realmuto, and he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Line towards center field. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, A.J.
So the bases are empty with one man gone, and that'll bring up A.J. Pollock. And a high strike there, 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. A ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And they'll turn to the slider here, and it just misses. 2-1 now. Pollock in front, 3 balls and a strike.
We all know this guy is a great hitter. In a 3-1 count, this is just what he's looking for. He loves to hit when the count's in his favor like this.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. He'll try it again, 3-2. Fouled away. The next 3-2. Grounded sharply, but right at that loaded side of the infield. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Batting 7, the shortstop, Didi Ray. Gregorius.
Here's Didi Gregorius. First chance for him here after appearing as a pinch hitter in the game last night. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Yeah, he made up his mind early to take the first pitch because that thing was right down the middle.
Here's a strike with the breaking ball.
I get it. He wants to see this guy's repertoire, but now he's behind in the count. Puts himself in a tough spot to hit.
A ball and 2 strikes to Didi Gregorius.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
Right side, defense aligned perfectly. Fielded cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They trail it here 3-0.
Leading off for the Marlins, the second baseman.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Jonathan Villar stands in as he looks at a called strike. The windup and the 0-1. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second of the game, and the Marlins open it up now 4-0.
Baseball has really changed. Remember when leadoff guys were guys that would just draw walks and steal bases? But that's not the case anymore. Guys like this, they have pop in their bat and they can go deep.
Stepping in now, Miguel Rojas.
Miguel.
As he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hit back up the middle. Reined in. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Striding in, Garrett Cooper looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Matt Joyce.
So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Matt Joyce. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. 0-1 the count. And he lays off for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. But the Marlins tack on one more courtesy of the solo home run. We played 2.5. It's now 4-0 Miami. Stepping into the box, David Bodie, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. Cold strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away, so now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
You can bet they'd love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. So 1 gone in the inning as we take a look at what's on tap for the Fightin' Phils over the course of the next 7 days. And we, of course, will have all the action for you right here on the show. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Aaron Nola. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Weak grounder down the line at third, but this will get foul for strike two. Phillies are still looking to crack into the hit column in this one. Now that's popped up. Cooper has room in foul territory. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away.
The batter, number 4, second baseman, Scott Kingery.
And in steps Scott Kingery. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Is put in play to the right side of the infield. Barehanded at his knees. Touché, sir. Phillies down in order. They trail here 4-0. Stepping in, Jorge Alfaro. He'll begin things here against Aaron Nola.
The catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
Fastball catches the black there for a called strike.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings. It's about time to get that pitch count down, or he won't be out here very long.
Behind 0-2 now. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2. This one for the shortstop, Gregorius. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Harold Ramirez. He scored after tripling in his first plate appearance. What's he got in store for us here? 1 ball, no strikes to count. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Line toward right center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Well, pitching poorly once like he did in his last start, it's going to happen here or there, but he's struggling here again too, and there has to be some concern. And part of it is probably psychological. He's got to get those "here we go again" thoughts out of his head.
2 balls, no strikes to the Miami center fielder.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
3-0 now. John Birdie, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. And no doubt about this one, it's in there. 3-1.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
Hey, listen, as a pitcher, when you fall behind with 3 balls, you want to come in there and throw a strike, and sometimes you're going to give up a base hit.
Yeah, Danny, that's the name of the game from the offensive standpoint. Work yourself, count leverage, man. 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. Buy yourself that pot-committed fastball and cheat.
Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the 2nd. And this is going to get down for extra bases, as that'll get 1, if not both of them, home. And the runner is in from 2nd. He pulls into 3rd safely as they also score a pair of runs on the play.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Row. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his 3rd run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup. And that's exactly been the case today. He not only mixed in that big bomb, but now he's got 3 ribbies to boot.
When you dive into the numbers in this start, it's hard to believe that this guy's pitching as poorly as he has. Over 70% of his first pitches have been for strikes, but a lot of those have been right down the middle, right into the hitting zone.
Fly ball out toward left center field. Catch is made deep in the alley, and here comes the runner from 3rd. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from 3rd is in to score.
That was a good controlled swing out of him there, and that's exactly what he was hoping to do. Get it into the outfield and pick up the RBI.
So no one on now after the sac fly, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Jonathan Villar. But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. So they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no one left. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. The Marlins lead it 7-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native, the left-handed bat of Neil Walker. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Popped up. There to take it is VR, and that's the first out.
The right fielder, number 3.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. And this is taken outside for ball 1. No runs, no hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. A ball and a strike.
That's not a pitch he misses very often. He knows he should have done something with that one.
Here's one that misses now to the Philly right fielder. It's 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he lost him. Ball 4 as Harper will reach.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Stepping into the box, Rhys Hoskins. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. The 0-1. And it's fouled away. Harper leads off first with 1 away. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes. 2 are gone in the Philly 4th, and that brings up JT Realmuto. He's set, and the pitch. And that misses for ball 1. Now the 1-0. And he takes a big swing here, but this winds up a little tapper to the left of the mound. And this is going to work out for him. It's an infield single to make it first and second now.
Hey, listen, D-Row, they're not going to complain at all. A base hit is a base hit, even though that's an infield single. And hopefully that's a good sign that things are about to turn for them in this one.
Yeah, there hasn't been a fight at the bat rack, per se, Dan, in this one. I don't care what knock. I don't care if it's a swinging bunt or a home run into the streets. This could get the offense going.
And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. Throw comes in from Joyce, and that's going to hold the runner at third.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, Dero, this guy's been due. He really needed that one.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Joyce. He's got it, and they get out of the jam unscathed. Phillies leave them loaded. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. And we're back from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they're doing an excellent job with pitch selection, meaning they're swinging at the right pitches and doing damage with them. The numbers back that up. 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet, guys.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Digging in once again, Miguel Rojas. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Here it comes. Line drive to left. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
I'm shocked this pitcher keeps trying to attack the zone with them being so aggressive early in the count. You wonder if he wouldn't be served a little better, just kind of nibbling for a little bit early and then pound in the zone late.
Here's Matt Joyce now. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. No balls and a strike to count. 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. There to play it is Walker, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, the catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
At the plate, Jorge Alfaro. He's set. Here it comes. Drives it out to deep right center field. Pollock giving chase. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. 1 left for Miami, but they're still in control, 7-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with Philadelphia's manager during the break about the Phillies' offensive production to this point, and he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. He said they're searching for ways to drive the ball with some authority because it's just not happening for them today. They haven't gotten an extra base hit yet, so it's been a real struggle getting guys into scoring position. But the key, he said, is not to panic. Sometimes you just have to fight through the downturns and keep your focus and energy high.
Thank you, Heidi. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Now the 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. High in the air out to center field. Bleday is there, and he has it for the first out. So here now's the pitcher, Aaron Nola, 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Looked like that one tied him up a bit, a swing and a miss.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Count now, a ball and a strike. Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up. Rojas backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
The batter, number 4, second baseman, Scott Kingery.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Scott Kingery. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Ball 1.
Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
Hey, this guy's got to be pretty proud of what he's done so far. It's never easy to pitch on the road, but to have this kind of outing in a ballpark that is notoriously known as being hitter friendly, it's been a treat to watch.
The 1-0 is in off the plate. 2 out, nobody on. Pretty well struck, high and deep to left field. Back goes Joyce, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. One more look at the final out. A teeth rattler if ever there was one. More of the show, Saturday Baseball, after this. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and standing in the outfielder, Harold Ramirez. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Pollock comes on now, and he has it 1 down. So digging in now, J.J. Bleday. He singled his last time up. And that's in there for strike 1.
He's been getting lit up all game, and there's a common denominator. He keeps missing right down the middle of the plate. Case in point with that last one.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
Ball 2. And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning. So coming to the plate, John Birdie. It was a 2-run triple for him in his last debut.
Matty, this guy is certainly walking to the plate with confidence. His slugging percentage is going through the roof with a bomb and a triple to boot.
High in the air out to center field. Pollock has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Miami down in order, and they hold a 7-0 lead. Here's Neil Walker. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Nope, foul ball.
The windup and the 0-1. Liner towards second. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
The right fielder, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Striding into the box, Bryce Harper. A couple of walks for him thus far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job. Now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he goes down and gets this fastball and takes it high in the air to deep straightaway center. Leday is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1. The relay throw on to first, and they get the double play. In now, Rhys Hoskins. No hits to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hard liner to center field. Leday is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Phillies go down quietly there. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Jesus Aguilar is up off the bench as he'll pinch hit here to start inning number 7.
Number 24, Jesus Aguilar.
Fastball catches the black there for a called strike. 258 the average to begin play. 18 homers and 62 driven in. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out. Jonathan Villar will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his 2nd home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. Pulled toward right center field. Harper giving chase. He makes the running play. 2 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Now at the plate, Miguel Rojas. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
This could be a huge win for the guy on the mound if he's able to get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 and start fresh next inning with the middle of the order.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Outside, that's the ball.
I love a well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Left fielder is on the move. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins, but they're still in control, 7-0. Jose Arena gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home seventh.
Jose Arena.
Bottom of the inning now, and next will be the power hitting catcher, JT Realmuto.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
And he obviously didn't let last night's hitless outing get to his head too much, because that's his second hit of the ball game. This one, a double. I'm sure he's feeling a lot better about the way he's going right now.
Now batting, A.J. Pollock, and his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one. So far this season, with runners in scoring position, Pollock averages a hit once every 4 at-bats, an average at exactly .250. Favorable call in there for a strike. And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Well, I think after that foul away, this pitcher can go almost anywhere he wants. That pitch was way off the plate and off speed. I'm surprised he even offered it that one.
And he fouls this one off.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
The 0-2 once more, fouled off. The 0-2 once more is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Well, it's been a rough series for him at the plate so far. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
In now, Didi Gregorius, as he'll take a look at ball 1. That missed. Close. It's ball 2.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. The 2-2.
We got full count.
David Bodie is on deck. 1 out and a runner on second base. Full count still. He's set. Here's the 3-2, and that misses ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
And with first base open, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone. So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
Ready now, David Bodie. He flew out in his last at bat. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Boy, the Phillies have been looking for some offense all game long. They've yet to find it. Let's hope they can find it pretty soon.
Line toward the alley in left center. But this will hang up just enough as he takes it in stride in left center for the second out. On to first, a double play. Phillies strand 1. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. Ready now for the Marlins, Garrett Cooper. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Cooper.
Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Pollock has a read on it. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our two starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown nine have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game.
Up next for the Marlins, the catcher.
At the plate, Jorge Alfaro, and he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Standing in now, Harold Ramirez. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. A runner on first with 2 away. A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 and 2.
Well executed fastball right at the knees. Going to be a long day for this offense if he stays in that spot.
Harper on the run. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Marlins leave 1, and they hold a 7-0 lead. Shohei Ohtani will try and get his club back into it here as he'll pinch hit to lead off the home half of the 8th. A ball and no strikes. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. The 1-0. And it's 1-2.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Shohei Ohtani becomes the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. A bouncer up the middle. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Digging in the switch hitter, Neil Walker. Last time through was a base hit. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
I think when a team starts struggling, certainly offensively, it's just guys try and play above their pay grade. Know who the best players are in the lineup and try and get on base to set them up.
Now the 2-0. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now. And the pitch.
The count is 3-1.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone right here.
And this is taken here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's allowed into his 8th inning of work.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he lays off there, 1-0. 2 out with the man at first. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia. They're down by a touchdown. Up next from Miami, J.J. Bleday. He went down on strikes last time up.
J.J. Bleday.
Here's the first pitch to him. Weakly hit towards first. Hoskins grabs it cleanly, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The third baseman, number 5.
Stepping up now, John Birdie. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Liner towards second. That's in for a base hit. He's now 3 for 4.
Yeah, that hard hit single right there. That's clean. 3 for 4. He's looking locked in.
Connor Scott will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0.
Scott.
That evens it up, 1-1.
This is a tough guy to turn 2 on. It's got to be hit hard. If you're an infielder, you've got to catch it and get rid of it quickly.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now a fastball is lifted into the air to shallow center. Gregorius ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, Jonathan Villar. He's gone deep twice in the game, making him 2 for 4. Sir Anthony Dominguez enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Pollock will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. It's the Marlins 7 and the Phillies nothing. Sterling Sharp, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Next to bat will be Rhys Hoskins. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
1 ball and 1 strike to the Phillies' first baseman. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up, ball 2. Now the 2-1.
Nope, outside.
And a full count now, 3-2.
Count is 3-2.
And could this be the start? It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats.
Now batting, the catcher.
Coming to the plate now, JT Realmuto. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. High and deep to right center. Ramirez moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1. Coming to the plate now, A.J. Pollock. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Ball back inside.
The 1-0. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Cooper has to shade his eyes from the sun, but he stays with it for out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And it's quickly 0-2. Philly down to their last strike. Swinging a hard hit ball down the line in right. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
Hey, this might be their best opportunity to at least get on the board. They've been struggling offensively, and they find themselves with 2 runners on board. Let's see if they can continue it.
Into the box, David Bodie, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. Birdie shading to his right. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
A 7-0 shutout final today. The Miami Marlins jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Caleb Smith earned his 9th win of the year. Aaron Nola was hit hard to the tune of 7 earned as he takes the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Wackney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.